Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Another video, as I like to say. In today's video, we'll be looking at Kyurem featuring Naganadel and Quagsire. It is going to be a post-rotation build, and it is going to be very interesting deck list. Hail Prison for 110 with 2 Water Energies and 1 Colorless Energies means that you can even play this attack for only 2 Water Energies and Custom Catcher, just in case if you trail behind your opponent with the prize cards. And then you can hit for 110, discard 2 energies in order to use this attack and paralyze your opponent active Pokemon. Sounds pretty good, right? And it actually is. I mean, as long as you can put those Naganadels in play and charge them up, and then move energies with the washout Quagsire into the active Kyurem, you're not going to have too many problems attacking with that Hail Prison, hitting for 110 and paralyzing your opponent. If Pokemon is paralyzed in the active position, the only way to do something out with this Pokemon is to have Switch or some sort of the escape board option with enough energies to pay the retreat cost. This is the only way when you can do something out, and you can only retreat. That's pretty much it. You can't attack, you can use ability, but that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go quickly through the deck list and see what I'm running on it. The main strategy, of course, is to power up that Kyurem with Naganadels from the bench and with the Quagsire washout, and to attack every single turn with that Hail Prison. So 18 Pokemon, 32 trainer cards and 10 energies, starting with 1 copy of Ditto, 3 copies of Poipole and 4 copies of Naganadel, then running 4 copies of Kyurem and 3 copies of each Wooper and Quagsire. And that's the Pokemon lineup. For the item cards, I'm running 4 copies of Acrobike. Very important to have very fast draw support here, and very important to go through the cards and discard those energies in your discard pile so you can just charge them up with the Naganadel. Acrobike will also help us to find those Pokemons, mystery treasures, maybe communications, maybe even Pokénavs. Very, very important to have Acrobikes, especially for the post-rotation. Then 4 copies of Custom Catcher, only way to catch our opponent benched Pokemon. For the setup, 4 copies of Mystery Treasure for the Poipoles and Naganadels, and then 4 copies of Pokemon Communication for any other Pokemon that we can actually trade if we have one in our hand. 4 copies of Pokénav as well, mainly because with the Pokénav we can just look at the top 3 cards, real energy or Pokemon we find there, and put other cards back in any order. I really like this. I really like this because with Pokénav we can actually have decent chance to either way get draw supporter for the following turn, and also grab either way energy or Kyurem. But most important thing is, if we have Pokénav and Acrobike, we can know what we can actually grab and then discard if we don't need with the Acrobike. 2 copies of Shrine of Punishment for the Stadium, so we can apply a little bit more pressure to GXs between turns. 8 Drow Supporters, 2 Cynthias, 4 Lilies, and 2 copies of Tate and Liza, which can be also used for the Switch. 2 copies of Brooks Grid, so we can shuffle back our Pokemons or energies if it's necessary, and 10 copies of Water basic energy cards. And this is the deck list that I'm going to use in today's video. Make sure to hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos, and let me know also in the comments below what you think about this deck list. So see you in the game. So today I'm playing with one really interesting post-rotation deck. It is a Kyurem featuring Quagsire and Naganadel. So what we can expect from this deck? We can expect a lot of good things. It is very good one prize attack deck. It have a lot of potential, and in my opinion it can be really good. So Acrobike into Cynthia, so I can save my day here basically. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna trade for first Wooper. The reason I don't want to take Poipole is the reason because I'm running also 1 copy of, actually 4 copies of Mystery Treasure. So by getting Mystery Treasure, I can search my deck for something like a Poipole. And this is just the case. Alright. Other than that, I'm gonna definitely Pokemon Communication this Quagsire into another Poipole, so I can actually have 2 of them for the turn 2. And for now I'm just gonna pass my turn. It looks pretty good. The setup is very strong here. And I'm done for now. So it looks like I'm gonna play versus Blastoise. And the problem for me is the fact that my opponent used Brooklet Hill right now. So I'm just gonna pretend that there is no Brooklet Hill in play, and I'm not gonna use it, because it is a post-rotation deck and we are testing the post-rotation build, so I'm not gonna use advantage of the Brooklet Hill. I know I can't do it, and I know that I can grab myself Kyurem or maybe Wooper. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it. And there's one Pokemon, one Professor Zen lecture for my opponent for 3 copies of Squirrel with a floating shell, which says that as long as you have Stadium card in play, it needs to be yours specifically. This Pokemon has no retreat cost, so really, really good. Alright, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna go with one Mysterious Treasure, and I'm gonna grab 1 copy of Naganadel. And other than that, I'm just gonna use that Titanize. Titanize is good. It's pretty much here for the switch option as well. And I got lucky there with a Quagsire, but still not lucky enough. Maybe I can dig something out here with a custom catcher. I'm not quite sure if it's worth to use it or not, but I'm gonna risk. It is just another Titanize, so it was pretty much bad call. And in this case, I need 1 more bench space for another Quagsire, so I'm just gonna go with a Call for Cold. Yeah, really hard to pronounce, at least for me, because I'm not natural born English speaker. But I guess I'm doing pretty good, especially with the accent. Alright, so there's a timer ball. How many heads my opponent can flip? None of them. And there's a timer ball number 2. So far he's like 25% success rate with that timer ball. And right now he can grab himself Ninetales. Ninetales can easily evolve into something. Vulpix can easily evolve into Ninetales, and then he can search the deck with Mysterious Guidance for like Rare Candy and maybe another timer ball. And that's the case. And yeah, that's just so that's 1 of 6. It's like 6 times 13. If I'm not wrong, that's around 16%, something like that. 15 times 6, 1690. So yeah, around 16 point something, right? Very, very low success rate for my opponent. And I got lucky there with another Titanize, which I'm gonna use. And other than that, there is another Wooper. And I'm just gonna wait for a little bit with my Shrine of Punishment. Meanwhile, I'm gonna use one of my charge-ups. And that's gonna be pretty much it for now. I'm not gonna even try to attempt using that Pokénav, or maybe I should, because I need Drow Supporter as a top deck. And as I said, I should wait, I guess, a little bit. I guess I'm gonna use Brock's Grid as a top deck, but it doesn't matter. Something will be definitely here from the prize cards. I can expect something from the prize cards. And the prize card will be another Poipole. And again, I don't need it. I don't need the Poipole. I need basically a Drow Supporter. I played a lot of Drow Supporter already. 2 Titanises and 1 Cynthia, meaning that I don't have Switch until the end of the game. And there's a Word Total, which might evolve into Blastoise. I didn't pay attention. I'm not quite sure if the Word Total was already on the bench or not. But there's a Titanize as well from the other side of the field. Blastoise is the way to go, at least the GX one. He desperately need him. With the Solid Shell, he can also reduce the damage down to the Blastoise for 30, which means that I can hit only for like 80. Hitting for 80, not bad, especially because I can paralyze my opponent. So I will need 3 turns in order to knock that Blastoise out. Triple shot is necessary here. On the other side of the field, my opponent needs to shuffle back 3 water energies back to his deck so to perform the knockout against my Kyurem. And he did that. Actually, Shrine of Punishment between turns can do some significant job for me. And there's a Brooks Grit as a top deck. Obviously, I'm not gonna attempt to go with the Brooks Grit. I think I'm just gonna bench down. Actually, I cannot bench down another copy of Wooper, neither Poipole. I need another Kyurem for the following turn. So for me, the only way to go here literally is just to bench something down and then to try get something out with a custom catcher. Since I can paralyze my opponent Blastoise, I think I'm just gonna stay with the Kyurem for now in the front. Head with the Hell Prison for 80, 10 between turns because of the Shrine, and we'll wait for a moment and see if my opponent can actually do something out in order to go out of this position. So right now he cannot attack. He can definitely retreat or switch. For example, Guzma can get him out of this position because he definitely plays Guzma in his deck. I would be surprised not to see Guzma, to be honest. And if he plays Guzma, Guzma can work good for me because I can preserve that Kyurem, but it can be bad if he can knock my Quagsire out. So it's a 50-50 chance here. As long as I can apply a little bit more pressure to his Blastoise, maybe I can even knock him out on the bench by just applying pressure with the Shrine of Punishment. It will take a lot of time. Alright, so 2 energies and Tate and Liza for switch. And obviously he can get Beacon here. Alright, he decided to go with the Beacon, so Squirrel maybe 2 word total and maybe into 1 more Blastoise. I managed to buy a little bit of time here, so I'm thinking about probably using this Brooks Grit right now, so I can get a chance to use Custom Catcher maybe, Tapu Lele and Blastoise. So he's expecting to be knocked out next turn. So because he's searching his deck for the Tapu Lele, I can assume that he have nothing in his hand. And again, another top deck which is just useless. It is a Poipole, and I can't do nothing with it. So the only thing that I can do, I can literally charge up things, and I think I'm probably just gonna go with the Hail Prison anyways. Meanwhile, 1 Poipole to be placed on the bench, and I'm gonna also use the Brooks Grit. And then I will try to get something out with a Custom Catcher. It is a Acrobike, so it's not that bad. Acrobike into the second Quagsire, it is a very safe play. And other than that, I have 2 options available. The first one is definitely to go for the knockout, which I will definitely do because I definitely need price cards. I definitely need price cards here, and next turn I can even apply some pressure with the Quagsire and potentially knock my opponent out. So, knock his Blastoise potentially out. So yeah, 4 price cards, 1 price ahead of my opponent. Still a long way to go here. I'm gonna need another Kyurem, and the good thing for me is that he decided to promote Blastoise in the front. So I can hit with the Hydro Pump next turn for 60 plus 2 more energies, 120 minus 30. It will be 90, so that's 200 plus 10 with the Shrine at the end of my opponent turn to 10, and 10 from the end of my turn to 20 if Shrine stays in play. So I need this Shrine to stay in play, and I also need 1 extra water energy if I want to knock my opponent out. And it's not going to be super easy, I can definitely tell you that. Alright, so it looks like he didn't want to play that Tapu Lele. So far so good for me. Rocket Splash, Rocket Barrage. Alright, that Acrobike better needs to be energy card, otherwise I'm gonna lose this game. Maybe not, as long as he don't have Max Potion thing or something like that. He actually miscalculated himself. Maybe he have Ace Roll, so he's just trying to bluff me out. It is really hard to tell. It is just really hard to tell. And again, I will have 3 energies, which means that this Naganadel actually saves the day here for me, because I can charge up my Quagsire with 4 energies, and that means that I can hit for 60 plus 80, 140 minus 30. Yeah, I will definitely have enough for the knockout. I'm just looking maybe for another Kyurem, or maybe even another energy card, which is even better. Alright, 60, 80. 80, and then we're gonna go with one washout, 100, 120, which is 90, 140. All right, this should be enough. 140 minus 30 is 110, so yeah, I have enough with the Hydro Pump for the knockout because of the Shrine of Punishment. And I can grab myself 2 prize cards. So one Kyurem, nice, and another one will be a Pokénav. Pretty good. Pretty damn good. And from this moment, I think the game is over because I just need to take 2 prize cards compared to my opponent who needs to take a 4 more prize cards. But big difference here is that I'm running non-GX deck, so I have 0 GX Pokemons in my deck. And with that being said, I'm not sure how he can actually come back in this action. There's just no way that he can come back. I mean, potentially he can, but I hope he won't. Alright. He took the knockout, and I will promote my Naganadel in the front. I can retreat for 1. Other than that, first I'm gonna use my Pokénav for that water energy. It is quite obvious that the top deck will be a Lily. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna put another Wooper on the bench, because he is the one that I need. I can hit only for 110, so I don't have enough for the knockout, unfortunately, here with my Kyurem. But it definitely doesn't matter too much, as long as I have so many energies available. So there's a charge up. There we go. And we can use that washout times 2. I can paralyze his Blastoise, so he won't be able to attack next turn. I don't have enough. I mean, theoretically, I can knock him out with my Quagsire, but I'm losing enough, very big amount of the resources if he can just put that Squirrel Blastoise in play. I really want to play safe. I mean, I could definitely go for the knockout, because I know that the top deck card for me is a Lily. Decided not to gamble, decided to go with the safe play, and there is just another Pokemon, Professor's Elm Lecture for my opponent, and yeah, he can still use ability. Even if you are under the special condition, you can still use ability. Alright, Mr. Treasure just for the fail to search, and I really want to have another Quagsire next turn if it's possible in play, and as much energies as I can get. So there is a Pokemon communication, and from this moment I think that the game is probably over. Maybe not. I still have 2 custom catchers. That's the very important thing, because I'm probably going to need it, especially if my opponent puts that annoying Blastoise with 240 HP. I know it's gonna be hard to knock him out, and it's gonna be super hard to knock him out, so I can better be prepared for that Quagsire turn. Charge up, a couple more energies, and then I can call for Cold, and basically... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I didn't use my... Okay, that was a misclick. That was a misclick, but never mind. I can still custom catcher his Ninetales sooner or later. What in the world did I do that right now? I just gave my opponent an opportunity for the knockout against my Kyurem. And I thought that I don't know what happened on my mind. I really don't know, but I'm a very lucky guy here, because my opponent just played another Professor Elm Lecture there, and he will definitely knock me out. No, he won't. He just decided to use a powerful Squall. Yeah, he definitely wants to Hydro Tackle me and knock me out. He's also gonna knock his Blastoise out, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the game. I don't know what can happen, but he can just survive. He's probably just gonna promote that Ninetales in play, but it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, well played from my opponent. A little bit unlucky for him. He didn't get what he needed, and right now I can just wash out 1, 2, 3 energies just to pay that energy cost, and then I can just use that Hydro Pump and knock my opponent. Last Pokemon. I mean, it's not the last Pokemon. He still had 2 of them in play, but I knocked him out for my last prize card, and I took the victory here, and it is a GG. So, really unique deck list. I kind of like it. And yeah, my opponent actually played 4 copies of Squirrels, 2 World Totals, 3 Blastoise GX, and 3 regular Blastoise with 2 line of the Vulpix and Ninetales with Tapu Lele and Ditto. He also had 4 Timer Balls, 4 Rare Candies, 4 Gears, 3 Brooklet Hills. Very consistent deck list, but unfortunately he pricked. He couldn't get what he needed, and it's quite obvious that he needed that Draw Supporter or that Blastoise GX in order to stay in the game. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more future videos. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck list. Sorry for my voice, I'm a little bit sick last few days, so yeah. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. So till then, have a nice day and goodbye as usual.